Thank you very much. Mr. Defense Minister, you spoke eloquently about the responsibility of China and the United States and the broader West, of the great powers, in the competition that they are taking part in. One gets a strong sense that some countries in this region are very concerned about this sense that they're going to be forced to pick sides in the years ahead. Can you just reflect on that? And this is a criticism that I sometimes hear, particularly directed towards the United States. Is there anything you would like to say about that? Thank you.
And from Malaysia, Benedict Virasena.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister Prabowo, for that excellent remarks earlier. So I'd like to ask just two questions. In your opening remarks, you brought up the point that there are countries that have stated their positions, but do not want to listen to the opinion of others. Can I get a bit more elaboration on which countries are you referring to? And my second question, on a more serious note, with great power comes great responsibility. I totally agree with you. Indonesia is the largest Muslim-majority country in the world and also predicted to be the 7th largest economy in the world by 2030. What do you see as Indonesia's rising responsibilities moving on in the next decade? Thank you.
Thank you. And from Timor Leste, Iriana Freitas de Jesus Jimenez.
Thank you for the opportunity. So my question is, what is your position on the negotiation regarding land and maritime boundaries with Timor Leste as a president-elect and soon to be a president? And also, it is become your priority agenda by expediting this process of negotiation in a good faith, move forward and leaving past behind. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, that's 4 questions, Babak Prabowo, so go ahead, please.
Thank you. I think the first question from Mr. Richard Walker. What is our views concerning the US-China rivalry, or let's say competition? I think our views has been very well known by tradition, by history, by the political will of the Indonesian people. We must maintain a policy of non-alignment, of maintaining the best relations with all nations of the world. If we divide, let us say, the relationships within concentric spheres, the Indonesian policy, and one which I will promote, is the maintenance, the fostering, the enhancement of a good neighbor policy with all our neighbors. I've been convinced, personally as an amateur historian, that real security comes through very good relations between our immediate neighbors. This is part of our Asian culture. We must be close, friendly with our immediate neighbors. That's our culture in day-to-day life. Because if our neighbor's house gets burned, who will help us? Will it be our cousin who lives in another city? Will it be our sibling who lives in another village? No, it will be the neighbor next to us. So this approach, along with my amateur study of history, convinces me that the Indonesian tradition of non-alignment, respect for all neighbors, respect for all countries, respect for all religion, all races, all cultures, all the great powers is the correct way, and this we will maintain. So, regarding the issues between China and United States, we will always promote all efforts to achieve coexistence, to achieve collaboration, to achieve compromise. We must convince all leaders of all these great powers that they must put the common good, the common security, the common wealth of the whole world as top priority. That, I think, is our position, that we believe by engagement, by respect, by communication, by negotiation, we can solve many of these problems. We have had before military conflict with our neighbors. In my lifetime, we had conflicts with Malaysia, with Singapore. But now we are the best of friends. We resolved our differences without interference from any external power. We resolved our differences. We put an end to fighting with Malaysia. We put an end to fighting with Singapore. Now we are like brothers. Now we are talking of making perhaps a land bridge between Singapore and Batam, a land bridge between Malaysia and Indonesia. This is our tradition. Cambodia resolved long conflicts. East Timor, for many years, I was involved in the East Timor conflict. Now, can anybody imagine that I will sit on the same table with President Ramos Horta? Can you imagine, maybe there's a photograph or a video last night, we were hugging each other, we were walking hand in hand, and he has invited me to East Timor. I'm thinking about it.
Thank you very much indeed, Bapak Prabowo, for that special address, for your answers to questions, for giving us the honor of your presence here. It was vital that we had this address from you this afternoon, and we all thank you for your efforts. And good luck for the presidency.
Saya, Cynthia Rompas. Saksikan program-program Kompas TV melalui siaran digital, pay TV, dan media streaming lainnya. Kompas TV, independen, terpercaya.